I just listened to a rabbi castigate and tear apart Isaiah 7:14. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is God with us. Now I've known for a long time that the word used for translated virgin was actually Alma, meaning young woman. Why in the hell didn't God use the word Betulh, which is the word for a virgin in Hebrew? Fuck you, God. Why do you make it so hard to believe in you? Fuck you. Fuck you. I shoot the big middle. It's making me it brings seeds of doubt in my mind. God, I curse you for this. When I was so badly wanting to believe in you, but you're being weighed in the balances and found you don't measure up. You don't measure up in many cases. I shoot you the big middle fingers. You son of a bitch. I don't want to talk like this to God, but I'm angry. I'm angry. Here's some stuff I heard. Rabbi Tovia Singer ripped that verse up. My question: if we go to the Hebrew scriptures and the Septuagint that was used at the time of Jesus and before Jesus, would it said in the Septuagint, "Behold, a virgin shall conceive and be with child"? Still, that would add weight to my desire to believe. But still, why in the hell couldn't God have used Betulh when the prophecy was originally spoke? Now some say what it was saying that behold, what it means, Isaiah 7:14 means behold, a virgin shall conceive. He was speaking about a woman who at that time of the prophecy was a virgin. But she would be impregnated later and have a son, which was Isaiah's son. That's the direct fulfillment of that prophecy. But you know, he was called mayor of Shalahashbash. Nobody ever, that prophecy, if Jesus Christ is not real, that prophecy was a false prophecy, you see, because they never had a person born to the Jews by a young woman named Emmanuel. You can't point it out. It never happened. So it has to be spiritual. Talking about Jesus. Why does God do such a slipshod job? I'm not impressed. When people say all these prophecies that came true in Jesus Christ, I'm not impressed. I'm underwhelmed. I'm disappointed. I'm cursing God. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you, God. Fuck you. Behold, a virgin shall conceive. In Hebrew, behold, an Alma, a young woman. The Living Bible had it right. The word, I remember my preacher, Bo Dunderford. You know what the Living Bible translates virgin to in the Living Bible? Young woman. Castigating the Living Bible as being of the devil. Because it took out the blood, took out the virgin birth, yada yada yada. Fuck you, God. How you, and if the truth, why cannot apologists give me a truth that is simple? That why do I have to contort myself like a pretzel to make sense of it? Because if I had to do that, is God and Jesus really true? And let me tell you something, bitch. If Jesus is not the Messiah, the Jewish God is not real either. I'll say that right now. If Jesus is not the Messiah, then I curse the Hebrew God and I curse the Jews. If Jesus is not the Messiah. And take the wrath of God. Because Jesus is the Son of God. He has to be. That's the only fucking thing that makes sense, in spite of the fact that God has done a sloppy ass job. I mean, look at the Bible today. A Bible full of fucking holes. The story of the woman caught in adultery in John was not in the original manuscript of John. So how the fuck do we know it's true? And it's such a beautiful story, it's not true. How in the fuck do we know the rest of the stories about Jesus are fucking true? They even have some scholars say that verse, Father forgive them for they know not what they do, was either added to the original manuscript, not in the manuscript or original manuscript, or deleted from the original manuscript. They can't come and make up the fucking minds. Jesus, is your Bible the Holy Bible, the whole Bible? Is Bible a Bible full of holes? Fuck you, God. I curse you.